I'm here with Mike Manson of the Railroad Historical Society.
Northwestern Pacific Railroad Historical Society.
Yeah, he gave me a little tour. It's pretty amazing. So every other Saturday, you can come and visit. It's right here.
110 Bayless Street off of East Washington in Petaluma.
Bayless and East Washington. Awesome. Thank you, Mike. Really appreciate it.
Glad you could come, Teddy.
Yeah. Automobiles came in heavily in 1945, or after World War II, I would say.
They came in heavily during the teens, during World War I.
Oh, did they? So sooner than that.
20s, everybody had a car, everybody had a truck, and nobody needed the services.
Freight car number 8, built in 1904.
Right. Petaluma Santa Rosa Railroad. It ran up and down the main line of the railroad here, from here to Sebastopol, over to Forestville, and a branch line into Santa Rosa.
Sebastopol, Forestville, and Santa Rosa.
Right.
That's pretty far.
Yep.
Wow.
And so it was a very popular service back then in competition with the Northwestern Pacific Railroad. Petaluma River, and it'd be loaded in their own steamer, and it'd go down the river, so they could leave later than the NWP could leave here. And they would be in San Francisco with their butter, their eggs, and their chickens before the NWP could show up in San Francisco. So they could leave later and arrive sooner.
Wow.
And that was their advertising motto for many years.
Very efficient. Yep.
Last to leave and first to arrive.
So it's a freight car only.
It was an express car.
Express freight.
Express freight.
Yeah.
1904 to 1915, before the cars and trucks really made a dent in the railroad business. This was useful.
Awesome. Thank you, Mike. Really appreciate it.
Glad you could come, Teddy.
Yeah. So what Mike was saying was that the Petaluma Santa Rosa Railroad would come right down these tracks and stop right around here at the McNear channel and unload into a paddle boat steamer. And from here, the paddle boat steamer would head down the river to San Francisco. This is the steamer Petaluma. There were actually 3 steamer Petalumas that were made over the years. Not sure what this one was named. So this is the spot at the head of the McNear channel where the steamers would tie to the docks. And actually in 1914, the steamer Petaluma was full with 2,000 cases of eggs, full of freight, ready to ship, and it burnt. So as it burnt down to the water line, then it sunk. So out there in the mud, at a low tide like this, you can actually see the faint outline of where the hull still is of the Petaluma steamer Petaluma. So this McNear channel is fairly wide. You can imagine it was quite a project to dig out back in the day, but it's not necessarily very deep. These paddle boat steamers had flat bottoms, so they could be in a shallow river situation, which made them ideal for shuttling freight and people back and forth on the river. This barge, the Lee Richard, has never gotten into the water. It's recently built. It has a sister built exactly the same, and it was set out onto the river and was working down in the San Francisco Bay and snapped in half and sunk. So the Lee Richard has not been put into the water for good reason. It is a flat bottom modern barge.